Welcome back to episode 3 of Twitch Tips Done Trick. My name is All Fun and Games, also known as Travis, and I am a Twitch partner, and I'm here to help you as fast as I can, as quick as I can, while maintaining, some sort of help along the way. So if you've looked at the previous videos, you know that you have a few things to kind of ask yourself before you start streaming. But if you've made it this far and you're still interested, what's next? What is the next step? Now, what do I do? Well, the next step is deciding, do you want to stream on Twitch? Do you want to be a YouTuber? Do you want to stream on YouTube? Do you want to stream on all? There's so many different platforms to stream on. I'm going to guide you in the direction of Twitch because that's what I'm familiar with. I would guide you in the direction of YouTube and all that stuff, but I really do believe that Twitch is probably one of the number one platforms to get noticed on. However, you can decide whichever you would like, but I'm going to kind of tell you how to get into Twitch. So first, you're going to want to find out what kind of username you're going to want to go with. Obviously, you don't want to have something that has a bunch of numbers in it or has a random generated name. You want to have something that's catchy, and of course, that is not very obvious. So you don't want to be having a name like Bob or Bobby or something that's obviously going to be taken on Twitch. You can check the names if they're available on Twitch by going to twitch.tv, clicking on the search function within Twitch itself, typing a username. If something pops up and you know that username is there, it'll show. If it doesn't, it'll say there must be a time machine there, and you'll know that username does not exist. You can actually create a username, whatever you like, and you can email Twitch directly and ask to have a username before beginning to stream as well too. So you can always contact the support. A lot of people believe that they kind of have to stream for a while for that to be a thing. That's not a thing. You can actually make a username. You can email Twitch support, which will maybe take a few days to get a response. And you can say, hey, my name is Ed, and I want to have the username Eduardo or whatever you want to have. That sort of thing you have to email Twitch about, and then they will let you know if they are able to free up a username that potentially could have been made by a bot or something that is no longer active. So for example, you want to have something that's catchy. I mean, that's the idea, right? You don't want to have something that is just a very long username that people have to enter. I mean, to be honest with you, my username is pretty long as it is, All Fun and Games. And I mean, sometimes people say things like, hey, you ever thought about like shortening that? I really wish that I would have. Nowadays, though, my name is so catchy and it's generic, or it's universal across all platforms. So it's kind of like, if I change it now, it's going to be hard. You also want to have something that maybe will be available on Twitter and YouTube and a bunch of other platforms. That way you don't have to really worry about, say if I wanted to stream and my name was like Twitch Trav. Actually, that's kind of a cool name. Anyways, Twitch Trav, right? And then I go on Twitter and Twitch Trav is already taken. Then I might find that it's kind of hard and difficult to get that across the board. So you really want to make sure that you look at different platforms and you look at different social medias to find out what's available for you and pick and choose that way. And like I said, keep it catchy, keep it simple, and avoid putting numbers in your name. I cannot stress enough. And try to avoid any special characters, not that you can put a character in your name or anything like that, but just something that's going to make it easier for people to find you and understand what your name is. Upon doing that, you're going to really want to, when you make your account and get ready, you need to read the rules on Twitch. How many times have people went through to go streaming on Twitch? They don't read the rules. They do whatever the heck they want, and then they get banned, and they go, what the heck? I didn't know I was supposed to do this. You have to read the rules. This applies to everything. Doesn't matter what it is. If you're going on to upload a funny video on YouTube, you have to read YouTube's laws and what they allow and what they don't allow. And it's really just negligent if you don't do that. I mean, that applies to anything, right? So you want to make sure that you read the fine print. That doesn't mean you have to read the policy, which is, some people think that, hey, if I had to read the rules, I have to read this 1,400 page article. That's a policy. That's a different story, which you should actually read anyways. But obviously, if you want to siphon through the rules, Twitch has made a really simple FAQ on their website where you can go to support and FAQs, and it'll like tell you the basic rules to avoid on Twitch. So definitely take a look at that. I mean, I can put that in the description here as well too. Take a look at that, read through that. Do not avoid doing that because you're going to need to know what you can and cannot do on Twitch. So previously we spoke about, do you have your own room? The reason why I mentioned about having your own room and not having people behind running around. For example, you do not have your own room. You're sharing it with a family member or a sibling or something or whoever, and maybe they walk in the room without their shirt on or something, and not necessarily that's showing anything provocative, but if by any chance that happens, you can actually get banned on Twitch for that. So you want to make sure that if you are streaming, you let your family know, hey, look, I'm going to be streaming from X time to X time. Please, avoid coming into my room. And if you do, it's like an emergency, or you understand like the consequences that can, blah, 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 blah. Because if you just go live and everyone's yelling profanities in the background, or people are playing copyrighted music in the background, like your family member is blaring it next to you, you can get DMCA'd for that. So you really want to make sure that this is something that you've explained to people around you, or at least in your same household as you, before going live for sure. Next, are you ready? I think at this point, if you've went through all these numbers and you're happy with the way that things are going, and you're like, hey, I've read through all the rules, I made my cool Twitch name, it's not taken, I know exactly what I got to do. The next step is installing the program, getting ready, and then pressing that go live button. So in the next video, I'm going to explain to you some interesting tools that you could use to know if your PC is up and ready for going live on Twitch, or if you need to do some tweaks and adjustments on there. But we'll get to that in the next video. Thank you again for watching Twitch Tips Done Quick. Once again, my name is All Fun and Games. See you guys in the next one. Bye.